What's up, folks, and welcome back to Dyce Reacts, where we are staying in Australia tonight. Oh yeah, we are going to be checking out Sydney becomes world's hottest city at 43 degrees. That's crazy, man. Brand Messiah checks one out. We ain't going to waste no more time. We're just going to get right into it, folks. We're going to get right into it. Oh yeah.
Good evening. Sydney is officially the hottest city in the world right now. The temperature topping out at over 43 degrees at the Holsworthy military base. Even in the city, there was nowhere to hide. 42 degrees near the Harbour Bridge. The heatwave triggering bushfires. Our news chopper has just been overhead a grass fire at Moorebank. Firefighters were worried about the threat to a nearby factory there. There are 12 trucks currently trying to bring that blaze under control. Across Sydney, heat impacts were felt with a go-slow on the trains and a surge in emergency call-outs.
After another hot night, the hottest day. And for countless Sydney-siders, there was only one cure. They got in early at Prospect. At Maroubra, the Iron Men and Women of Sydney waved off the heat.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The water, our city's refuge.
She's a little fresh, but on a day like today, it's exactly what you need.
We enter today in New South Wales with very challenging weather conditions.
More than 40 bushfires have been burning across the state, like here at Yarrie in the far south. In Sydney, a blaze at Mount Colah has been quickly controlled as the heat took its toll in many ways.
I mean, just seeing the amount of bushfires that this has caused, you have to really pay attention to the weather in Australia. You have to really pay attention, especially those that are going out hiking, especially a lot of like heavy forested areas. It's risky. It's risky. Like, Australia is so dangerous, man. I mean, it's a beautiful country, don't get me wrong, but it's something I never thought of until now when it comes to the bushfires, because you could be hiking, sometimes you could be hiking for days on out, or maybe even weeks, and you haven't checked the weather. So knowing that is very important. You got to check the weather every day in Australia, basically, especially for those doing those sort of hikes, because you don't want to be caught in a bushfire and you're in a forested area and you really can't get back to the main land because you're so far away. I mean, it's very, very risky. So definitely I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. I didn't think about that aspect, but certainly I'm seeing it is really, really dangerous. I hope no one got hurt or died in those fires, especially those out hiking.
Well, over 33 people presented to New South Wales emergency departments yesterday for heatwave related conditions alone.
Sydney trains are on a go slow, all lines at reduced speed over fears of buckling tracks and overhead wiring problems. At Olympic Park, after queuing for 3 days, Youngblood fans admit it's been gruelling.
Yeah, the heat's been killing all of us.
Hopefully we can survive through.
To freeze some water bottles overnight.
Some happy to cop a spray as the Premier gave candid advice on recognising dehydration.
The best way of telling whether you've had enough water is whether your wee is clear or not.
By 11:30, the air temperature at this Penrith car park was 37, but the baked ground temp 75 degrees.
This heat wave.
On social media, claims Sydney was as hot as hell. And if you didn't have a stable air mass, there's always the Cabana, out in force at Mona Vale, a virtual suburb of them laying claim to fresh water, as Edwards and Balmoral beaches put all of them in the shade.
As temperatures soared, many Sydney-siders decided to avoid the outdoors altogether. The air conditioning, just one of the many attractions for families here at Bubble Planet.
I think I was nervous about that, so we checked last night if it was air conditioning.
But I googled, is it air conditioning, and it was.
All of Sydney will get air conditioned tonight when a southerly buster barrels through, but be warned.
Some spots might even gust at and over 90 kilometres an hour with that change, particularly for our coastal areas. That's strong enough to bring down trees and power lines.
Live to Jodie Lee on the Eastern Harbour. And Jodie, we're still waiting for that change.
Well, Angie, over the last few days, there's been a 10-degree difference in temperature between Sydney's outer suburbs and those along the coast, but sadly not today. For many people, ice was their best friend, really the only way to stave off the heat, like the recently opened, renovated Macquarie Park ice rink, which might have been the coolest place to be in Sydney today. At the Lansdowne Aged Care Facility, they were doling out what seemed to be a never-ending supply of ice blocks for residents, helping them to stave off another roast. Now, we know that cool change is coming, but we're told when it does, it could take Sydney from one weather extreme to another.
All right, Jodie Lee, thank you.
Talk about from one extreme weather to the next. I mean, that's rough, man. That's rough. From one to the next, I mean, certainly you're gonna welcome the rain, but it also could do a lot of damage as well. So it's kind of bittersweet, kind of a mixed feeling those guys are getting over there in Australia. But I must say, if Australia is complaining about the heat, just know it's hot, because it's a place that is very, very hot as a whole. So if they're saying that and it's on the news and they're really talking about it, you got to take it serious, because it ain't no joke. And I must say, like I said, Australia, the government really takes safety measures in all aspects, because she said that even the trains, they were at a much lower speed than usual, because for fear of the tracks being at risk. So they slowed down the speed limits. So I mean, come on, I mean, you don't hear other countries doing those kind of things when it comes to safetyness. It's just unheard of. And Australia, I've heard so many things in those videos that I've watched where the Australian government put things in place when it comes to safetyness, and I'm talking about in all aspects of life. So once again, they proved it. I must say, I think I haven't done all countries yet. It's just a new journey, but I'm saying on a limb that when it comes to the government caring about its citizens, I don't think a country can beat Australia in that department as yet. That's what I've seen. Definitely, I want to go check out more information about this weather, if it's still there, if it has cooled down, because I don't know. This is the first time I've seen this article, and I gotta go check out more on that. If you want to see that long-term action that I do, hit me up on Dyce Reacts and Music Reactions. This is where I'm going to be making my exit. So until next time, peace out.